in our studio, Mr. Shinji Tajima of Asia Pacific Cultural Center for UNESCO has been involved in the promotion of elementary education in Pakistan. Mr. Tajima, thank you very much for coming to Asia Weekly.
Yeah, thank you very much. And yes, and I am very happy to talk to many friends. And in Asia and Pacific, and not only Asia and Pacific, but also to the world.
I hope they're all listening to this program.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. And I'm now working for Japan International Cooperation Agency from HCCU. And especially since 1997, I have been working for Prime Minister's Literacy Commission of Pakistan and for promoting literacy rate and basic education for children and adults.
Now, tell us about the first time you went to Pakistan. What was it like?
First time, you mean? And that is already nearly 15 years ago. Yes. And since 15 years ago, I have been maybe 7 or 8 times.
Okay. Yes. But you're on this project to promote the education, elementary education in Pakistan. And when was that, when you went to Pakistan again for that project?
And I'm not working only for primary education, but also for adult education. And especially basic education is some of the most important foundation of any societies. Especially in Pakistan, this literacy and basic education are one of the most serious and difficult issues.
What is the literacy rate in Pakistan right now?
And officially 1998, that literacy rate is 45 percentage.
Officially it's 40%.
Yes, officially. But when I, went to many places, especially rural area, and some women's literacy rate is very, very low, nearly only 10 percentage. Sometimes that's why I think below of the 20 percentage.
Is there any difference between urban and rural areas?
Yes, and because in urban areas they have many access and communication media and also transportation. But in most of the areas occupied by a rural area, they can't access easily. That's why even especially in the education field, they can't access them so easily. That's why there are many problems also happening. But problems are different, depend on of course, in the situation. That's why, the rural area and urban area is quite different.
I'm sure there are not enough schools or teachers in those areas. Is that right?
Pardon?
Is there any enough schools or teachers?
Yes, and as you know, developing countries, they have a very big population growth. This is very rapidly. That's why in many provinces, especially northern part and the southern part, nearly 6, 7, 8, some family has nearly 12 or 13, 14 children. Yes, that's why based on this number of children, that's why there are great shortage of the schools. This is one of the very serious problems.
Now, you were talking about the rural areas in Pakistan, but what about the border areas, like the border area with Afghanistan?
Yeah.
What was the condition like?
Yes, border has, in these days, there are many also political and also many social issues. And especially in the border area has many important culture and tradition. But now in a changing society, they are facing some economical issues and also health conditions, and especially mother and child care. These are some of the quite basic health problems.
And what have you been doing in those areas?
And in those areas, some of the integration programs, health programs, and education. And through these integration programs, we are promoting some basic education.
Now, in that region, what kind of results did you get after your program was put into practice?
Yeah, we can't expect a very clear and also very practical output from education quickly. But however, in promoting education, we need many variety of the efforts. in one sense, that is teacher training and curriculum development, as well as so school site, how to improve school site. And also, most important is how to train the many personnel who are involved in education field.
You mean local people?
Yes, and that is not only local people, provincial level, and also central level.
And in the course of trying to tell or teach the local people how to read, you also write books for children and adults, right? And how did you start it?
Yes, and because I started almost 20 years ago, and because I want to, in one sense, shout. I want to send my small message, not only the official, not only the public, but also my private. Because I thought, many children in nowadays, they are facing very serious issues in the world, in every field. That's why my stories are all including such serious stories, and how to, in one sense, overcome with their own efforts.
Now, you've been writing these books with the Pakistani children. Now, how do you cooperate with them?
Oh, yes, and because after writing, when I read out, my friend read out, told out, so children will be react very vividly. And based on the children's reaction, I can promote more, yes.
Did you discover any similarities or differences between our cultures and theirs?
But actually, one of my stories, and that is Gaudi's Ocean. And after reading this story, many children cry out. And I was quite wondering why they cry out. But in Thailand also some children cry out. And because children is in one sense facing very serious issues in this world. That's why in one sense from every society is now quickly changing. That's why some of the very difficult condition is dashed to the disadvantage in one sense situation.
Now, the theme of your book is not just for children. It can be also enjoyed by adults also, right?
Yes, because children thinking is come from, in one sense, adult. In one sense, adult or children also growing up quickly to be an adult. But in one sense, adult and the children can communicate easily and must share the common problems. That's why any stories, if we can share, and children and adults, this is one of the very important starting point for creation.
You also wrote some books like in a slideshow type of books. And what was the reaction you get from the local people when you show the picture cards? Oh, yes. And JICA has kindly supported and to produce this picture storytelling. We call it Kamishibai picture show. And because, as you know, in education systems, teachers always telling only one direction. Some of the only children are trying to have a memory. Only memory without any imagination, without any creation. But in case of picture storytelling, there is some interactive connection. And the teacher will read out and through visualization and with interesting pictures and many variety of the, some of the demonstration. And the children will be very happy to receive and to react. This is some of the very important in the education process. And you discovered the importance of doing something together with the local people, and you also tried to make paper.
Oh, yes.
There, right?
Yeah.
Out of what?
Yes, because I have been working many places. Because firstly, we must know what is the situation, real situation in all over Pakistan. That's why I visited more than 300 schools. This is what we call non-formal schools. And so I found, and also I listened from the many teachers and children, they wanted to have notebooks. They call copy. Copy means a notebook and papers. So, and I was wondering why they want to have this kind of paper. And because they have a slate and a takti. Takti is some of the small blackboard. And I asked, but they say, and we want to have some record. because in literacy education, recording by writing is a very important goal. That's why I myself started to produce some of the papers from the local resources.
And how did you enjoy making papers with them?
Oh yes, because literacy is not only reading and writing, that is to find out new creative life. That's why literacy can provide many techniques and also thinking. That's why through this paper making, they got many exciting results. And nowadays, even the newspaper and many varieties of sugarcane, banana, they can also contribute to produce many varieties of paper.
Sugarcane and banana leaves?
Yes, of course, after eating, after enjoying a banana.
Inside is important too. And how long will be in Pakistan from now?
Yes, and 2.5 years.
Okay.
Yes.
And what role do you think the international organization like UNESCO and JICA will be like in the future?
Yes, because JICA is contributing a lot in establishing many school buildings, not only Asian but also the world. And nowadays we are facing also how to improve teacher skills and also how to improve the curriculums. In one sense, we must provide many variety of the software, how to collaborate for the, in one sense, fundamental and also most important essential software. Software in the 21st century, one of the most important in the education area.
Now, finally, Mr. Tajima, could you tell us your aspirations or your dreams for the future?
Oh yes, and especially in 21st century, I suppose great gap will become rich and poor, and this is not only material in the information, and also when we get the information, that means not only reading and writing, how to utilize, how to, in one sense, establish some human attitude with this utilization. Otherwise, if we have a very high literacy rate, what if we misuse to utilize this knowledge? What means will be come out. That's why I'm thinking how to establish a human literacy. That means literacy for human development is one of the most important goals.
Well, good luck with the rest of your stay in Pakistan, and thank you very much for coming to Asia Weekly.
Oh, thank you so much.
That was Asia and I. Today we interviewed Mr. Shinji Tajima of Japan International